Hello everybody, and welcome back to Honkai Impact 3rd. So first of all, some minor housekeeping. First point, my cat has been like weirdly clingy lately and spending a lot of time around my desk lately for reasons that I cannot fathom, so don't be surprised if... Oh, now my other cat is causing problems. I was about to say, don't be surprised if you hear her pop up at points throughout this video. Can I help you? Alright, the other one has hopped up here. Second point. Nobody ended up giving any sort of response about, whether I should pick Dia and Korra Durandal or Sushang from that one thing that I got. But since I was looking at it, well, I was looking at it and I realized that Dia and Korra is in the dorm gacha and Sushang is not, so I went with her. As you can see, I haven't started building her yet, but I do have her. And then speaking of gacha, third point. 1, I got a dorm supply ticket from the Homu Horde. This is guaranteed to be an S-rank Valkyrie. I don't know who it will be. Obviously. I'm excited to find out. Who do we got? Oh. Bruh. Ugh. That's not somebody I wanted. Ugh. Also, Mobius is in the expansion supply. I have, like, no crystals. But... Mobius, please have mercy on me. Of course she didn't. Why would she? This is Mobius we're talking about. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Give me that achievement at least. Anywho, on with stuff here in Elysian Realm Chapter 1, because oh boy, we still have a lot of side content in Chapter 1 to get through. Hua, let's start with you.
フはここには13人の英傑がいるとエリシアに聞きましたが、私が見た英傑の数はそれよりも下回っています。
Yeah, how many
そ
have
の
we...
原因を知っていますか?
Yeah, how many have we seen here so far? It's been mostly the ones that we, like, already had met in the story before. So, you know, like Kevin, Hua, Sakura. So far we've met Kevin, Alicia, Eden. I'm trying to go in order. Eden's number 4. Phil. Sakura, Kalpus, Hua. Is that it? And now we've met Mobius. So that's... Oh, also Sue. So Mobius brings it up to 8 that we've met so far. So we've met a little over half so far.
一種の楽園の保護措置だと思ってください。
Haven't yet met Aponia, Cosma, Griseo, Vilvi, or... Oh god, who am I forgetting? Oh, Pardofelis. We haven't met Pardofelis yet.
設計当初は13人の記憶を同じ人へと同時に注げるか試そうとしましたが、演算の結果、それはひどい結末となりました。あなたは他の人よりも特殊ですが、順を追い、 同時に多くの未知の領域に踏み入れないことをお勧めします。
Yeah.
それができたとしても、軽率に試さない方がいいです。
I mean, we know there are other successors, but I would like to know more about them. About, like, your guys' dynamics with them.
ええ。古の楽園は、同時に一人の後継者しか収容できないわけじゃありません。
ここに他の人がいるんですか？
Oh, you meant right now.
いいえ、今ここにいるのはあなただけです。けど少し前に、ここにもう一人の後継者がいました。私は彼女に会ったことありませんが、さくらの話によると、彼女は自分で去ることを選びました。
Man, I prefer it when I don't have to do any editing on these besides just slapping the end card onto it. But unfortunately now I'm gonna have to cut stuff out. Ugh. Anyways, so I wonder if that was about Raven. Because I know there's side missions related to her in here. Interesting. Sue.
来訪者、君は少し迷っているみたいだね。
ただの幻影だってあなたは言ったけど、これらの刻印は本物の力を持ってるみたい。
これらの力は本来君のものだよ。僕たちがしたのはそれを目覚めさせること。成功。
Oops. Yeah, I'm not sure if I understood that completely, but oh well. Sakura.
かつての英傑たちの関係も今と同じなの？あなたたちが同じ場所に集まるのをほとんど見たことないから。
いろいろあったのじゃ。火を追う英傑が結成したばかりの頃は、そういう機会もめったになかったからの。
どういう意味？
わらわたちは約束の惨劇の後に生き残った13人の融合戦士じゃ。火を追う英傑の結成はその少し後のことじゃった。しかしその頃、崩壊との戦いは苛烈を極めておった。融合戦士でなければうまく対応できないような状況もよくあった。
つまり同じ団体とはいえ、ほとんどの状況においてあなたたちはそれぞれ違う場所にいたってこと？
Didn't we already know that?
そういうことじゃ。火を追う英傑は一つの団体というより召集令みたいなもの。やむを得ない時、わらわたちが団結して戦うための保険じゃな。
そういう状況はあったの？
すまぬ。わらわにはわからぬ。わらわが記憶体を残した時間は他の者たちよりも少し早いからの。少なくともあの時はそういう状況はなかった。
それに13人の融合戦士が全員出撃しないと解決できないようなことがあるとしたら、たとえあなたたちが本当にそうしていたとしても結果に何の違いもない。そうでしょ？
Mobius!
未来から来たラットさん、あなたとフワはもともと知り合いだったの？
何が言いたいの？
まあ、そんなに警戒しないで。別に何かしようとなんて考えてないから。
彼女はケビンと同じで新世代にたどり着いた先行者よ。
そう。それは面白いわ。ケビンに関しては特に驚いてないけど、フワがね。ケビンの場合、彼はとうに時代の終結を予見してたし、自分の行くべき場所は未来だって知ってたから未来を選んだと思うけど、フワに関してはもう帰る場所がないから他に選択肢がなかったのかもしれないわね。
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable guess, I think. I want to see. A lot of the time, this, like, refreshes if you go into a menu and then come back out. So let me do this really quick. Unlock Sushang, since I am able to do that now. Nope, nothing new. Alright, Remembrance Vessels. I went ahead and maxed these out again. Can't do that anymore. Can't do that anymore. Can't go any further with Edens. Alright, so. Kalpus.
機嫌が良さそうね。もしアドバイスに耳を貸す気があるのなら、もっと笑顔を見せるといいんじゃないかしら。人間関係の改善に役立つと思うわよ。
I don't know if that'll help much when he wears a mask.
試したことはある。だがほとんどのやつは笑い声を聞いて震え上がっていたな。
Got a scary smile?
私が言っているのはもっと健全な笑い方よ。例えば、いえ、やっぱりメビルまあいいわ。それより戦い以外であなたをそこまで上機嫌にさせるものがあったなんてね。
律者、どうやらまだ気づいていないようだな。お前は確かに他の奴らとは違う。変化。そんなもの、もう久しく目にしていない。お前にそのようなことができるのなら、来い。俺に挑め。あの軟弱極まりない律者たちとお前がどう違うのか見せてみろ。
軟弱極まりないって。律者のことをそんな風に言う人は初めてよ。
Yeah, that's a new one.
無知は恐れを知らないって言うけれど、戦後、これまでに律者クラスの敵とは何回戦ってきたの？
はあ、そうか。試してみるがいい。
Kalpus started to count with his fingers. He ran out of 10 fingers very soon. Kalpus lowered his head and laid his eyes on his shoes.
もういいわ、そこまで具体的に数える必要ないわよ。ただ聞いただけだから。
Research report. What do you think, Dr. Mobius? Interesting. So that wasn't an accident. I knew it. Get 2 more mantis in the chamber. No, it's too dangerous, Dr. Mobius. That incident already cost us too many comrades. Now we... Don't be a baby. I'll be responsible for any consequences. That's what you said last time, and the one who ended up being demoted was... get off my back. Fine, I'll do it myself. Doctor? I don't believe for a second that anyone would inherently possess such unimaginable power, but even I can't find any traces of modification. Who exactly did this? I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find you. Wait, could it be Dr. May, my dear friend? Do you have some secrets that you kept from me?
こうして考えてみると、英傑たちには純粋な戦士であること以上にもっと重要な役割があるよね。むしろあなたみたいなタイプは少数派に見えるわ。
なんだ？俺だけは戦いしか脳がないとでも言いたいのか？
あなたがどうしてもそう思いたいのなら仕方ないけど、でもそれで頂点まで上り詰めるなんて容易なことじゃないわ。私の時代ではあなたのように他人を踏みにじることに熱心な人を見たことがない。一人でも多くの人がもう戦わなくて済むように彼女たちは戦っていた。でもあなたはその逆。あなたの戦いはこの先も戦い続けるためのものよね。
そんな時代、退屈にも程がある。それはお前たちが弱すぎるからじゃないのか。
それこそが私の疑問よ、戦後。あなたの強さはどう見ても不自然だわ。その強さは一体どこから来ているの？
友情、努力、勝利。
そんなことはあなたとは無縁でしょ。
その通り。そしてこれらはお前とも無縁だ。
いいえ。でも力は私の目的ではないけど、役に立つ手段であることに違いはないわ。
ほう。それならお前も手術を受けるんだな。律者を融合戦士に変えることに興味を持っている奴もいる。俺には構うな。
分かっているはずよ。私が聞こうとしているのはそんなことではないって。長編手術を受ける前からあなたは驚くべき力を手にしていたでしょ。
それがどうしたって言うんだ。余計なことをする必要はない、律者。俺みたいな人間にはもう会えないだろう。いや、そうでもないか。お前があと数万年生きることができればチャンスはあるかもしれない。律者、お前にそれができるか？
Heartsbane. Weakness. He could no longer feel, but it did not worry him in the least. To borrow from the woman he detested from the bottom of his heart, it was the fatigue of the Hierophant, a sense of loss one felt after tasting the limits. Everything would subside soon, and he knew it. Like I said, Kalpus, the side effect isn't temporary. Do you think this is really worth it? Another woman he detested babbled on. You should ask yourself that question, Mobius. The man did not open his eyes, for he was still savoring the dissonance that crashed against his inners. His inners? Wave after wave. Even if he had just become a mantis, his body had not undergone a change so drastic that alienated himself like now. Mobius, what have you done to me? A few steps away from the improvised operating table, the green-haired girl continued with the task at hand. Unfortunately, no matter how hard she tried, the elf made defunct by the Hersher of Binding still remained lifeless. What did I do? Wasn't this your own request, odd one out? No wonder you're unlike Hua and the others. Merely touching the Hersher of Binding's barrier made you collapse. You're the laugh of the base, Kalpus. You want to die? All right. You know you can't kill me, so don't waste your breath. The surgery I performed on you was the exact opposite of the metamorph surgery, in the sense that I took something from you. Shut up. You're the same as always, dropping the facade once you get what you want. Anyway, since your body was structured differently, now you've finally become a mantis as a real human. As for the price, you shouldn't have forgotten. How much time do I have left? What are you talking about? The time left for you to reach the battlefield before it's all over? Or to live your life with a sane mind? Seems you want to learn both. Fine by me. If you keep behaving this way, you won't have to worry about either. Before you could degenerate into a beast that threatens humanity, I'm certain you've already burned yourself away in Honkai. However, Kalpus, you're the first person to continue shedding blood at any cost. You are an ugly sight. The man fell silent. It was enough. He sat up and covered his face with the mask again. Wait, one more thing. You set me up in our previous deal, so it's about time I stop pretending it's your hometown that interests me. The secrets of your body, it should be much more efficient to research them rather than to investigate them. Kalpus, before you leave, you must give me that unique heart of yours. We had a deal, remember? What is up with Kalpus? Damn it. Medical malpractice. Oh no. Stop it, doctor. The surgery will not succeed. It's meaningless to prolong his suffering. It isn't over yet. Keep transfusing blood. I'll assume full responsibility. Did you see the glint in his eyes? Have you seen it under any other circumstances? This is what he wants. I promised him, and I'm a woman of my word. But, Doctor, even if he could make it, his sanity will be destroyed by you. Have you forgotten what he had done? You're creating a Hersher-level monster. The security here doesn't stand a chance against him. We'll all die. Don't fret. Continue. A man in the shadows spoke, his voice a chilling sleet. An outlandish greatsword rested on his lap. Only one will die today. Dr. Mobius, perhaps you've perceived the glint in his eyes wrongly, but it's too late. Interesting. Alright, Sue, what do you got for me?
全文明ではあなたは割と早い段階で崩壊に接触したのよね。病気という形で。
その通りさ。
でもあなたたちは一体どうやってそういう治療薬のない病気に打ち勝ったの？ある時期を境にそういう多くの命を奪った災害の話を誰もしなくなったみたいだけど。
答えは簡単だよ、来訪者。僕たちはそれに勝ったことがないんだ。確かに僕たちはごくわずかな感染者が前へと進むことができる貴重な方法を見つけた。しかしそれは死者によって作られた道だ。それは僕の最も受け入れられない失敗であり、最も許されない罪でもある。
Yeah, the thing that came up before that was like, it takes hundreds of dead people to make a cure or like a vaccine or whatever. Why did I just hear something pop up?
ごめんなさい。この話をするべきではなかったわね。
気にする必要はないよ、来訪者。僕はそれを忘れようとしたことがないからね。他の人に言われなくても、僕は亡くなった者たちの名前を心に刻んでいる。あの災害を話す人がいなくなったのは、崩壊の後の惨状と比べて、その死傷者数がもう取るに足らなくなったからだよ。僕にとって、あれは一生解消できない業だが、崩壊にとってはあくまで一つの始まり、痕跡を残すほどのものでもなかった。かつての僕たちは1000人を犠牲にして一人の命を救うなんてありえないと思っていたんだ。しかし、
Oops.
わかったわ。ありがとう。
少し待ってほしい、来訪者。
はい。
多分これが因果なのだろう。答えを探すように君をここに来させたのはケビンだ。
Oh, he's worried about his friend.
今の彼はどうしているんだい？成婚計画はもう始まったのだろうか？
その通りよ。
ありがとう、来訪者。
どうしたの？気になるならもう少し詳しく聞いてくれても構わないわ。
なんでもないさ。僕が経験した失敗は十分に多い。ならばもう一つ増えても構わない。今回の失敗に意義があることを願っているよ。
Tomorrow and yesterday. Kevin, why? He couldn't believe what he saw. He couldn't believe his close friend would pierce his chest with the blazing greatsword. He couldn't believe, despite having done everything he could, he still didn't manage to dodge the blade. His friend clenched the greatsword and said nothing. You still won't answer me, Kevin? Kevin, judgment of Shamash, in the shrouding flames, the illusion dispersed. Maybe the one who won't answer is me. A dead leaf drifted away from his palm and perished before reaching the ground. Sumeru has been restored. Never mind. As he sighed heavily, a lance of black and white formed in his hand. Since I made a promise to Dr. May and I foresaw the possibility, another leaf fell down and millions of light dots converged to form the image of his close friend. I have to find a way to stop you, Kevin. Even though... Are you going to stop me, Sue? The voice sounded young, warm, and friendly. The voice in his memory. His eyes widened, which almost never happened. Before him, the Kevin in the school uniform was standing there with a smile as warm as sunshine. Kevin wasn't holding the destructive greatsword or carrying the daunting responsibilities on his shoulders. If you're going to stop me, Sue, just say it. The illusion's words stopped abruptly. He waved his hand and the illusion vanished. The illusion wasn't created by him. He knew his mind was in disarray, but he had no idea what started it. He had witnessed the rise and fall of numerous worlds through cosmic juggernaut, and disarray was an oversimplified description. His knowledge had gone beyond the dimensions of mountains and oceans, but why would it still bother him?
来訪者、君はどうして悩んでいるんだい？
そんな素振りを見せたことはないと思うんだけど、スー、あなた人の感情を読み取れるの？
Yep.
かつての僕は医者で、患者の考えを理解することは必要な能力だったからね。長編手術を受けた後、そういう経験による感覚も即して増幅されたんだ。それは僕の本意ではない。もし気になるというのなら、僕はそれを閉じるよ。
いいえ、大丈夫よ。あなたがそれを利用するつもりなら、事実を私に教えることはないでしょうし。でも、確かに、それはずっと疑問に思ってたわ。達観しているというか、知恵があるというか、とにかく、あなたは英傑の中でも、思想という面で少し違うように思う。それも、精神感知型の融合戦士の特徴なの？それとも、手術を受ける前から、あなたはそれほど、ごめんなさい、いい言葉が見つからないわ。
全問答を好む、独特な表現をするやつ。来訪。
そんな。
Oops, I keep cutting him off.
気にする必要はない。すでに多くの人に言われているからね。
Pretentiously mysterious.
他人から見て、確かに僕は長編手術によって性格に変化が起きたんだろう。それまでは僕も普通の人のように凡俗でいることに満足していた。他の精神感知型の融合戦士と交流を行ったことがあるんだけど、それを悟りを開いたと思う者もいれば、本当の自我を失ったと思う者もいた。
で、あなたはどう思ってるの？スー。
もし僕が他人と違う視野を手に入れたというのなら、それは支払わなければならない代価なのだろう。道が見えるのに、それを歩くことは永遠にできない。その事実は迷子になることよりも気をくじく。僕たちが思考に払った代価はなんて重いんだろう。それと比べると僕は比較的運に恵まれている。
Rumor Dharmakaya, I think is how you say that roughly. Elvin, do you know why Dr. Sue joined the Moths? Huh? Why don't you ask your teacher? I think she's pretty close with Dr. Sue. You're the most well-informed one on the base. Besides, you know Fushi and I rarely get to see Dr. Mobius. Without Klein teaching us patiently, Dr. Mobius would have expelled us long ago. If I go and ask Dr. Mobius directly and it upsets her, Elvin, maybe you'd see me behind the experiment pod tomorrow. All right, you're just being dramatic. But there's a reason why I can't ask Dr. Mobius. Yes, Dr. Sue and she are work partners, but I feel like their relationship is kind of delicate. How do I put it? Dr. Sue is a nice person, but when Dr. Mobius is around, there's huge tension in the room. So you'd better ask Dr. Mobius yourself. No one knows what's on her mind. But it is kind of weird. I remember when Dr. Sue first joined the Moths, he respected Dr. Mobius a lot, and they were often seen together sharing ideas. And then... Then what? Elvin, come on, don't leave me hanging in the air. Oh, I remember now. Things changed between them after the 8th Hersher, but I don't think they are as bad as you said. I can't say for sure. After all, I don't get to see them together a lot. The 8th Hersher. Seems Dr. Sue played a key part in solving the incident? Yeah, without him, maybe there wouldn't be the Moths anymore. At that time, he just joined the Moths and his metamorph surgery happened at a clutch moment. Fortunately, it worked out just fine. Ah, right, it seems to be just Dr. Mobius who performed the surgery for him. Huh? Was it her? Maybe something happened during the surgery that made them enemies? I don't know about that. Metamorph surgeries and mantis soldiers are way above my pay grade. Yeah, indeed. Even in the lab, Dr. Mobius rarely speaks of anything about metamorph surgeries. So I guess that's the case then. Even without knowing the details, people know the surgery can't be a good thing. The changes on the mantis soldiers, if they get more noticeable, people would even fear them more. After all, it came from research on Honkai beasts. It's natural to be afraid, but personally, I find Sakura's ears pretty adorable. True. A lot better than the horrible Honkai beasts. These Honkai beasts are so frightening. Not all of them, I guess. I saw at least one exception. Exception? Right before Dr. Sue took the surgery, I took a sneak peek into the prep room. I didn't even realize what it was at the beginning. Golden feathers, green tail plumes, and soft glow all over. It looked like a beautiful bird. Later, it took me a lot of asking around to know it was born together with the 8th Hersher, a unique Honkai beast. It uses Honkai energy like a neural toxin to attack human brains. It can't hurt anything other than humans, but it's just as dangerous. Oh, right. I remember the Moths rated and named it like this. Emperor Class Honkai Beast Mahama Yuri. I feel like that would be a lot more significant to me if I knew anything about... Is this Buddhism? I know Honkai Beast naming draws a lot from Hindu stuff. But I know Sue draws a lot from Buddhist stuff. So I'm not sure. And that's as far as we can go with Sue. So next up is Sakura.
メイ殿、今の時代にこういう花はまだ存在しておるのか?
In Sakura's hand, Mei saw a withering sakura blossom scattered with scarlet splashes.
ええ、少し形が違うけれど、これも桜の花よね。昔、自宅の庭に大きな桜の木があったわ。桜が咲く季節になると、お父様と一緒に庭に座って、お茶を飲みながらお花見をしてた。その後、お父様はいなくなって、世話をする人もいなかったからか、あの桜の木はいつの間にか枯れてしまったけど。
Damn.
そう。それは残念じゃ。実はわらわも長いこと桜の花を目にしておらぬのじゃ。最後に目にしたのは千号と一緒に任務へ行く途中のことじゃった。あの頃わらわたちは約束の律者に勝ったが、あんな悲惨な勝利を前に花見する気分にはならなかった。実を言うと、この桜の花もエデンからもらったものじゃ。
血に染まった桜。エデンらしくないわ。
彼女はどこかで過去のわらわの癖を知ったのやもしれぬ。花にある血は わらわにとって特別な意味があると彼女に言われた。じゃが詳しく聞こうとしたら今度は何も教えてくれなかった。
過去の癖、忘れな草のことかしら。
Mm-hmm.
ああ、その後それを自分の象徴にすることはあまりないが、わらわがしたことは昔と何の変わりもない。
さくら、あなたが毒用、いいえ、あなたが火を追う蛾の中で担っていた仕事は私が考えてるものと同じ。
Assassination.
わらわに他の選択肢はなかったのじゃ。これはわらわと火を追うが、それからメイ博士との取引。そうでなければわらわは守りたい相手を守れぬのじゃ。
And in the end, you couldn't even do that. Damn, that sucks. No savior. 94, 95, 96. Good, not one missing. After confirming that no one was hurt by the collapse of the building, Sakura heaved a sigh of relief. Exhausted, she let herself fall to the ground from roughly 4 stories up. Jeez. As she lay there, she saw a small patch of sky, gently illuminated by the sunset's afterglow. The forest had been flattened, the river ran dry, and in the end times, only the sky remained beautiful. The faces of children popped into her vision briefly. Though they had just escaped death, groups of them were bold and curious enough to come study the girl lying on the ground. However, most of them could only stand there for a few seconds before being yanked away. Sakura sat up, feeling a little uneasy. Looking around, she discovered that she was lying in the light of a pale golden sunset, while those she had just rescued were cowering in the shadows of the ruins. Children held tightly in their arms. They looked at the girl with the horror of seeing a Honkai beast. Why? The girl sheathed her blade and walked towards the survivors in an attempt to point them in the direction of the nearest shelter. When she took the first step, the survivors looked at her suspiciously. When she took the second step, their expression turned to disgust. When she took the third step, hatred showed in their eyes. So she stopped, as their countenance had finally turned to hostility. Why? Mommy, her ears are... The child's mouth was immediately covered. She's a monster. The voice was soft and light, but her ears could pick up the slightest sound. The girl looked at those in front of her, and then at the path that would lead her out of here. It would take no more than 10 steps to reach either, but why did her legs feel so heavy? So heavy that she could go nowhere. That was in the past. To protect humanity and her own pride, the hero who had been alienated now rested beneath the burnt earth without a tombstone of her own. A violet crystalline flower had broken through the soil to bloom innocently by itself in these dead lands. 2 mourners stood there side by side. He was silent as usual. She, uncharacteristically, said nothing. After a long while, their voices could be heard amid the howling wind and sand. Kevin, I recalled something that happened a very long time ago. The 13 of us never did get together in the end. We will return to this place one day. Maybe tomorrow you and I will lie underneath this ground. No. The man pulled out a great sword that had been thrust into the ground and walked away. Where he had just been standing, his cold urge to kill had left an enduring mark. No matter the cost, humanity shall defeat the Honkai.
メイ殿は一体なぜ古の楽園に来たのじゃ？
どうして急にそんなことを聞くのかしら？
ただ汝の顔に懐かしい表情を見たからじゃ。メイ殿、終末前夜の人類がどのような姿をしているのか想像できるじゃろうか。任務のためわらわは彼らの中のさまざまなタイプのものと接したことがある。組織の一掃、悪人の追跡、そういったことは全て経験しておる。それどころか任務の大半をそれらが占めていた時期すらあった。 もう必要がなくなるまで火を追う側は常に秩序を保っておった。少なくとも表面上の秩序はな。
それであなたが私の顔に見た懐かしい表情というのは？
まず質問に答えてくれぬか、メイ殿。汝の認識では終末に直面した普通の人間はどんな様子を見せると思う？絶望し不安でいたたまれなくなっていると思うじゃろうか。
常識で考えればそうでしょうね。
だが実際はそうではないのじゃ。見たところでは人間はわらわたちが想像しているよりもずっとたくましい。どんなに普通のものであろうと、どんなに弱いものであろうと、絶望的な状況に直面した者たちのほとんどが浮かべていた表情は決死の覚悟なのじゃ。信じられぬか。未来が絶たれ絶望し残酷な運命を前にしても簡単に屈しようとはしなかった。わらわがそのような表情を初めて見たのは、記憶が確かであれば保護という名目で孤児を集めておきながら裏で崩壊体制実験をしている集団を追っていた時じゃ。わらわが影から彼らの拠点を覗いていた時、鋭い顔つきをした子供がそのような表情を見せながら配られた食べ物を受け取っておった。生きようとする意志が実に強かった。その場所が危険だと知っておっても餓死せぬためにとどまることを選択した。そのような意志から彼は何があっても生き延びる方法を見つけ出せるはずじゃと信じていた。
その後は？
その後はない。その晩彼の人生手術台の上で幕を閉じた。ただの日常的な実験によってな。
それって今あなたが話していたこととは正反対のように思えるけど。
それこそがわらわの伝えたいことだからじゃ、メイドの。決死の覚悟は確かに効果的ではあるが非常に危険なのじゃ。相手が誰なのかは知らぬが汝もそのような表情を見せておる。だからやはり気をつけた方がよい。
覚えておくわ。
Rumor cocoon. Yes, those members of the cocoon, they were indeed killed by Calpus, but things are not what they seem. At that time, there were enough mantises to form an army, thus depriving the cocoon of their sole reason for existence. Dismissal naturally ensued. Elvin, you don't sound like yourself today. Huh? Fushi, you should know the answer. Take a good look around you. Light splayed out. The two watched darkness retreat from this memory-ridden place on a red sofa. But the result was disappointing. They found themselves in nothing more than an ordinary lounge. Admittedly, some photos on the walls still struck a chord with them, reminding them of the times spent here. For some, those memories may even be their only sustenance in this revolting wasteland, but by then they had all faded and become meaningless remains. Can you remember, Fushi? In the past, this place was crowded every night. Everyone came here to drink, played cards, gossiped, doing nothing else. And it was here where I became the most well-informed member of the Moths. But after this battle against the 11th Hersher, how many of them will come back alive? There won't be any more rumors, Fushi. I've been saying this wrong. It's like Fushi. It's not E, it's It's I. Fushi. There are fewer and fewer things worth talking about. Those who would ask you for rumors are gone too. So don't ask me about anything of the past. No, this is important, Elvin. The number of soldiers surviving this battle might depend on what you say today. Tell me, Elvin, those who weren't wiped out along with the cocoon, can they be trusted? That infighting involving Calpus, You were there and you saw it, didn't you, Elvin? Don't deny it. I read your testimony after that incident. That incident was what truly disbanded the cocoon, right? Ha. No, Fuchsia. That incident did happen after the organization ordered the dissolution of the cocoon. Kalpus wasn't involved at all either, at least not as an executioner. To him, it was probably more akin to a suppression, and the trial that followed was merely an act. You ought to know that basically every member of the cocoon had been imprisoned for a felony once. The missions they carried out were horrible, but they were also an escape from serving sentences. It's no surprise that after the order was issued, the fear of returning to confinement drove the felons to the edge. A few instigated the rest for their own gains, and a terrible riot broke out inside the cocoon. That's why the organization sent Sakura to clean it up. I knew it from the beginning. Trying to unite a bunch of murderers is delusional. Huh. Wait? You just said the cleaner they sent was Sakura? Impossible. Shouldn't it be Kalpus? Well, alright, this really is the last time. Again, this is a rumor, or this is just a rumor, so you must keep it to yourself. Elvin's eyes instantly lit up. He seemed to revert to the Elvin he was. The cleanup job was supposedly Sakura's, but shortly before the dissolution happened, she was suddenly diverted to a top-secret mission. You should also remember, she hadn't appeared in the base for a long time, right? It is the case. So, Fuchsia, why did you come to ask me about these things? Why did you tell me the number of soldiers surviving this battle depends on what I say? Didn't I tell you why already? I just wanted to confirm whether the last cocoon members are trustworthy, that's all. To be honest, I don't want anything to do with them, but it can't be helped. Dr. Mobius, she asked me to release a prisoner for her. And that is as far as Sakura goes right now. Hua doesn't go any further, which means we only have Mobius left. This 150 that I have is almost certainly not going to be enough to get through all of these. So, I think we're gonna stop it here for now. And I will go and... Ooh! Oh, so close. But yeah, I will go and, farm some more stuff. And next time, we'll go through all of Mobius's. So, I will see you all next time.